Hi, Divine Souls. I'm truly grateful you're here with me in Oriah Divine Sanctuary, a space dedicated to healing, awareness, and spiritual alignment. If this video has appeared in your life today, trust that there may be a message here meant specifically for you. If the words shared here resonate with your spirit, I encourage you to like, share, comment, and subscribe so we can continue building a community centered around truth, healing, and higher consciousness. Earlier today, during meditation, I allowed myself to slow down, to breathe, and to simply be present. And in that quiet space, I began to tune into the energetic frequency of the collective, sensing what many people may be navigating on their spiritual journeys right now. And from that awareness, this message emerged. Today, we are stepping into a conversation that requires courage, honesty, and deep spiritual awareness. We're talking about breaking generational curses and healing what your family may have ignored. Because the truth is, not everything you carry began with you. Some of the pain, patterns, and emotional wounds you've experienced were passed down quietly, unconsciously, and often without intention. These generational patterns can look like unhealthy relationship dynamics, emotional suppression, lack of boundaries, cycles of struggle, instability, or self-doubt. And what makes it even more difficult is this. In many families, these patterns are not acknowledged. They are minimized, avoided, or normalized. You may have been told that's just how things are. Don't talk about that. Just move on. But healing does not happen through silence. Healing begins with truth. And for many of you, you are the one in your family who has been called to see what others have ignored. You are the one asking questions, the one seeking understanding, the one feeling that something must change. And that is not a coincidence. That is purpose. Because breaking generational cycles begins with awareness. You start recognizing patterns that have repeated across relationships, behaviors, and beliefs. You begin to see what was once invisible, and once you see it, you cannot unsee it. The next step is something even more powerful, validation. Even if your family does not acknowledge your experience, you must. Your pain is real, your experiences matter, and your healing is valid. You do not need permission to begin healing. Then comes one of the most challenging steps, boundaries, because in order to heal, you may need to create distance from the very patterns that cause the pain. This does not mean you do not love your family. It means you are choosing not to continue cycles that harm you. Boundaries are not rejection, they are protection. They create space for your growth, your peace, and your restoration. And finally comes reclamation. This is where you begin to take your power back. You start choosing differently, you respond differently, you think differently. You begin to rebuild your identity, not based on what you inherited, but based on what aligns with your highest self. And this is where transformation truly begins, because breaking generational curses is not just about stopping patterns, it is about creating new ones. Patterns of healing, patterns of self-respect, patterns of emotional awareness and spiritual alignment. And over time, something profound happens. The cycle that once continued through generations stops with you, and something new begins, because your healing does not only change your life, it shifts what flows through you and what will never have to be carried again. So if you've ever felt like you were different, like you saw things others didn't, like you were meant to break something that has existed for far too long, you're right, you are the one. And your healing is the beginning of freedom. Divine souls, thank you for stepping into Oriah Divine Sanctuary. This space exists to support your healing, elevate your awareness, and guide you through the sacred process of personal transformation. Here, you are safe to grow, spiritually, emotionally, and authentically, and it is truly an honor to share this journey with you. Always remember, awareness begins the healing. but your transformation begins the moment you choose to honor your voice. Until we meet again, continue walking in truth, protecting your peace, and letting your divine light shine.